Almost everyone misunderstands how grayanotoxin actually works inside the body. People talk about grayanotoxin like it is some kind of permanent chemical that takes over the body. They picture it sitting in the bloodstream forever. They imagine it building up over time. They believe it works the same way for every single person. None of these ideas are correct. The real pharmacology is actually one of the most elegant, time-limited, and self-correcting natural processes in the entire world of plant chemistry. Today we are going to walk through the most misunderstood part of mad honey science and explain it in simple words anyone can follow. To understand the science, we first need to know what grayanotoxin actually is. Grayanotoxin is a natural compound made by rhododendron flowers. When honeybees collect nectar from these flowers in the Black Sea region of Turkey or the high cliffs of Nepal, the grayanotoxin ends up in the honey. Scientists have identified more than 25 natural grayanotoxin types in plants of the Ericaceae family, but two of them are the main ones found in mad honey. These are GTX1 and GTX3. Both belong to a family of chemicals called diterpenes, and they have a unique four-ring shape called the andromedane skeleton. This shape is what gives grayanotoxin its very specific power inside the body. Now here comes the most misunderstood part. Grayanotoxin does not float around in the body randomly affecting every cell. It actually has one very specific target. That target is called the voltage-gated sodium channel. To picture this, imagine your nerve cells, your heart cells, and your muscle cells as tiny rooms with little doors built into the walls. These doors open and close to let sodium ions pass in and out. When sodium flows in, the cell gets a signal to fire. When the doors close again, the cell resets. This opening and closing happens millions of times every second across your whole body, and it is what allows your nerves to send messages, your heart to beat, and your muscles to move. Grayanotoxin works by binding to these tiny doors and gently holding them open for a little longer than usual. Here is where almost everyone gets confused. People think this means grayanotoxin permanently breaks the sodium channel. That is wrong. Pharmacology research published in the Journal of Cellular Physiology shows that grayanotoxin only binds to the channel when the channel is in its open state. It does not attack closed channels. It does not damage the cell. It simply slips into the open doorway and stays there for a short time. This makes grayanotoxin what scientists call a reversible NaV1.X agonist. Reversible is the key word here. The compound binds, does its job, and then naturally lets go. The body does not need to fight it off. The sodium channels return to normal on their own once the grayanotoxin dissociates. The second misunderstood point is the speed of the body's response. Many people imagine that mad honey stays in the system for days or even weeks, building up like caffeine in the bloodstream. Science tells a very different story. According to research published in RSC Advances in 2018, grayanotoxin metabolism and excretion takes place within 24 hours. Clinical reviews confirm that the duration of clinical effects is usually only 1 to 2 days, which shows that grayanotoxins go through rapid metabolism and excretion. The body clears the compound out very quickly. Pharmacokinetic data from published case reports show that grayanotoxin and its metabolites are typically detectable in urine for only about 24 to 48 hours after exposure. Compare this to many modern medicines that can stay in the body for a week or longer. Mad honey is actually one of the fastest clearing natural compounds out there. The third misunderstood point is the dose-dependent nature of the experience. This is the part that surprises most people. Grayanotoxin does not produce the same response no matter how much you eat. The body's reaction depends entirely on the dose. Pharmacology overviews show that low doses cause mild excitation in the cells, while higher doses produce a different effect on the same channels. This is called a dose-response curve in science, and almost every natural compound on Earth follows this rule. Even water follows it, even table salt follows it. The effect of grayanotoxin is completely tied to how much enters the body, how concentrated the honey is, and how quickly it gets absorbed. Research by Yilmaz and team in 2006 found that the threshold amount of mad honey known to produce noticeable effects ranges between 5 and 30 grams. This is a very small range, and it shows how sensitive the dose response is. The fourth misunderstood point is the variability between honey batches. People assume that all mad honey is the same. This is far from the truth. According to a study on 10 mad honey samples from the Black Sea region of Turkey, grayanotoxin 3 levels ranged from 0.701 micrograms per gram to 68.754 micrograms per gram. That is a difference of nearly 100 times between the lowest and the highest sample. Another study on Rhododendron ponticum mad honey reported average GTX1 content of 20.4 milligrams per kilogram and GTX3 content of 8.2 milligrams per kilogram. The pharmacology of mad honey cannot be discussed as one single thing. Every jar is different, every region is different, and every season is different. The science is highly individual to each batch. The fifth misunderstood point is how grayanotoxin works through the nervous system rather than directly. Many people think grayanotoxin works only on the heart or only on the muscles. The science shows something more interesting. According to research by Onat and team, when grayanotoxin is injected directly into the central nervous system of test animals at very small doses equal to just 50 milligrams of honey, it produces immediate effects on heart rate. But when the same compound is injected into the abdomen, a much larger dose of 1 to 5 grams per kilogram is needed to get the same effect. This shows that the central nervous system, especially the vagus nerve, is the main pathway for the body's response. After the vagus nerve is cut in test animals, the typical heart rate drop does not happen. This proves that grayanotoxin works through nerve signals, not direct chemical attack on the heart muscle itself. The pharmacology is far more subtle than people realize. The sixth misunderstood point is the precision of the binding. A single molecule of grayanotoxin is enough to activate one sodium channel. This is the level of precision that researchers have measured in laboratory studies. Compare this to alcohol, which floods the entire body and affects almost every type of cell at once. Grayanotoxin is the opposite. It is highly targeted, highly specific, and highly time-limited. This is one of the reasons researchers are now studying it for possible future medical applications. The seventh misunderstood point is the role of the muscarinic receptor. Studies show that the M2 receptor in the heart is also involved in the body's response to grayanotoxin. When researchers used a selective M2 receptor blocker called AFX-DX116, they found it reversed the heart rate effects but did not affect the breathing pathway. This shows that grayanotoxin pharmacology operates through multiple pathways at the same time, including the sodium channel, the vagus nerve, and the M2 muscarinic receptor. It is a multi-target compound, not a single hammer. When you put all of this together, the picture of mad honey pharmacology becomes very different from the popular myth. Grayanotoxin is not a permanent chemical force. It is a precise, reversible, fast-clearing, dose-dependent, and highly specific compound that works through the body's own natural sodium channels and nerve pathways. It binds when the channel opens, stays for a short time, releases on its own, and is fully cleared within 24 to 48 hours. This is one of the cleanest examples of natural pharmacology found anywhere in the plant world. Once you understand this, mad honey stops being a mystery and becomes a beautiful example of how nature designs its own chemistry. The science of mad honey is still being uncovered. Researchers around the world are now studying its molecular targets, its receptor interactions, and its potential future applications in medicine. Every new study reveals that the compound is more elegant and more controlled than anyone imagined 100 years ago. The honey that has been used for centuries by Himalayan and Turkish communities is finally getting the scientific respect it deserves. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the real science of mad honey, please drop a like to support our channel. If you want more videos that break down the hidden science behind rare foods, ancient remedies, and natural compounds in simple words, hit that subscribe button right now. Tap the bell icon so you never miss our next upload. Thank you for watching, and we will see you in the next one.